I'm in a parking lot and I'm trying to park a car, but it's a minivan. It's like a cross between a minivan and a station wagon, and it's really ugly too. It's like a weird color. It's like a greenish blue, kind of like an aqua colored car. And I'm in this parking lot late at night, and I'm parking. It's not my own car. I realize that my car is either in the shop or there's something wrong with it. And so I have this borrowed car. Well, it's not a rental though. Actually, I realized, okay, it's my uncle. It's one of my uncle's car. I think my uncle owns a used dealership and he sells cars. And so I borrowed one of his cars. And I'm at an event by myself in this car, and I'm driving this car. So I parked the car. I'm trying to park the car. It's winter too. It's snowy. It's dark, and so I'm trying to park this car, and the windshield. I think there's snow on the windshield. So without thinking, I turn on the windshield wipers to clear off the snow. But the snow is there's so much snow and it's heavy snow. And one of the wiper blades suddenly breaks and it's like sticking out. And so I start panicking a little. So I kind of panic and I'm like, oh crap. And then I end up parking in the car in an empty parking, like at a spot. I parked the car and my uncle is suddenly there and he knows like right away that I broke the windshield wiper. And he's really pissed off and he's kind of giving me shit like, why would you do that? Why didn't you clear the snow off before turning on the wipers? Like, I'm embarrassed and I'm pissed off that this happened. And I parked the car anyway. So then suddenly my dad's there. My dad's driving another car and he's trying to like talk to me through the windows. And I'm like, I think I'm trying to pull down the window, the passenger side window of my car to talk to him from a distance, which makes no sense because he's like in his car, but far away. But I know it's my dad and he's driven the car to this event. And so basically, we all just park our cars, and then I walk towards the building to go inside. And that's all I remember from that part of the dream. And then I'm inside of a house. I think it's my house, but it just looks so weird and different. And so I remember I'm sitting. It's like a it's like a big living room area. I'm sitting on a couch. It's kind of like a sofa, but I think you could pull out the bottom part. So I'm sitting on the couch with my kids. There's a couple kids or a few kids, but I know they're my kids. There's like two or three, and we're just sitting there and we're watching a movie. And it's like a newer movie that's come out. I think it's Zootopia 2. It looks like Zootopia 2. And I think I've even seen the movie already or something, but we're just sitting there watching this movie. And the TV's like, like an average distance, like maybe like 6 or 7 feet in front of us. But then right next to us, it's it's all in the same living room, but then it's like another couch with another TV in front of it. And it's my sister sitting on the couch. And she's watching season 5 of Stranger Things. And we're very close. It's like we're right next to each other, right? We're like a few feet apart. So it's almost like two living rooms in one or something like that. And so we're watching Zootopia 2 on one TV, and then my sister on the right hand side is sitting and watching Stranger Things season 5. And it's almost like I hadn't realized she was doing that this whole time. Like I guess I was so focused on the movie. And then I look over suddenly and I realize what's happening and like what she's watching. And I suddenly get like so pissed off. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you watching season 5? Because like I haven't seen it yet and it's basically being spoiled now. And then my sister gets pissed off at me saying like, why are you watching the screen? Just watch your own movie. And she just kind of gets angry. And I'm like telling her to turn it off, stop watching it here. At least like we were here first. We were watching our movie. So like, why would you come and start watching Stranger Things next to us? And you already know I haven't seen season 5. And so she's just like arguing with me. She's making up excuses or something. She's like she doesn't care. And so I get really pissed off, and I get up and I walk away. I'm like, well, I don't want to ruin the show, so I get up and I walk away from that living room area. And then now at this point, it's definitely not my house, and I've walked away, and I've walked to another part of the house, and it's like this big. Like I open the room and I go in. It's like this big kind of like recreational room or something, random furniture. It's hard to describe. I don't even remember. It was just like I don't know what room, like what the purpose of the room was. It wasn't like a bedroom or a basement or something, but it was just like some big room. And at this point, I realized that I realized this is my father-in-law's house. So I'm married in the dream, and I have a father-in-law, and this is his house. And so I'm in this room, and like it's really big, massive room, like a huge basement or something. And then there's another smaller room attached to this room. It's all part of the same dream sequence. Like this is after the movie, like the whole movie watching scene. So then I walk into this bathroom, but it's like a kitchenette. It's really strange. It's just like almost like being in a small apartment or hotel room. It looked so different. And so there's a sink. It's like a little mini kitchen, actually. Yeah, that's what it looked like. It's a small mini kitchen, and there's a sink. And I noticed there's a little bit of water on the floor. And then I go closer, and I realize the water's like all over the sink area. And I notice the sink is leaking. And so it's really weird because I turn the left. It's an old school kind of faucet, and there's like two knobs, right? There's the left knob and the right knob. The left knob is hot water, the right knob is cold water. And the water is leaking out of the knob itself or something. It's weird. So like when you open the faucet, like I turn on the hot water and it works fine. It's normal. It's dripping out of the faucet. But when I turn the knob to close it starts leaking out of. No, sorry, that's not what action was. It was the two knobs. The hot and the cold, the water was coming out of the knobs that was leaking. But if you close like the hot water, the water would start leaking from the cold water knob, not the faucet itself. It's just from the knob. And then if you turn the cold water knob, like it's almost like it was turning it on automatically or turning it by itself. So the water was leaking out of each one. No matter which one you turn, the other one would leak. So like actually, yeah, whichever one you would close, the other one would leak. And so I panic a little. I'm like, this thing's not going to stop. And it's just water just keeps dripping out. It's like draining on the floor, spreading out on the floor. And so suddenly one of my kids is in the room. My kid's looking for me. So one of my children, she's a female child, maybe around like 7 or 8 years old. And she comes in and she calls. She's like, Daddy, where are you? And she calls me. And then I quickly tell her to go get my father-in-law so that I can tell him that the sink is leaking and there's like water all over the floor. And like I kind of see him in the distance too, because like the door is open to this room now suddenly, and he's like further down and walking away. And so I keep like panicking. I'm like, get my father. Like I don't call him by his name. I say something about go get him. I think I use a name in the dream, but I don't remember what name I used or what I said. But I just knew that he was my father-in-law and this is his house. And so I'm rushing her. I'm like, hurry, go get her. And then she kind of rushes out of the room. She runs away to get him so that he can come. And then I think he does end up coming. Actually, he comes into the room and he's acting so casual and like it's no big deal. I'm like, dude, it's leaking water. It won't stop. And he basically says, don't worry, I'll fix it. And I think I even opened the cupboards underneath the sink at one point. I'm trying to look like for an off, like a valve that I can turn off. And he's there to help me now. And that's kind of how that part of the dream just ends. It shifts into something else now. And it's kind of like the same dream, but it's not. And one of my children has turned on a device. It's like a Bluetooth speaker system, and it's attaching to my phone, or it's trying to connect to my phone. And my child is trying to tell me that I need to do this, like accept the Bluetooth connection so that they can turn on this device. But it looked like a stereo system, and it's like stacked on top of each other, like a old school record player with like 3 or 4 levels and like big speakers and all that. And so the notification pops up on my cell phone that I need to connect to this Bluetooth device for whatever my kids wanted to use it for. And that's all I remember from my dreams. So I just remembered another part of the dream where this was a dream on its own, but I don't know where I was. I think it was outdoors. I was somewhere outdoors, and these two young women are asking for help or they need a favor or something like that. I barely remember this one. This one's very hazy, but I know they were students in like university. They were like college students or university students or something like that. And they needed a favor, but they were being very like flirty as well. Like they were flirting with me, trying to basically get me to do a favor for them, whatever the favor even was. And so the next thing I know, I'm inside of a building or somewhere, and I'm sleeping with I'm having sex with one of the women as part of this favor, which makes no sense. And she's like smiling and she's happy, knowing that she kind of tricked me or something. It's like she used sex. She used sex to get what she wanted, like the favor that she needed from me. And so I remember we're inside of a room, we're in the missionary position. I'm on top, and we're just making love, like we're having sex. And she's kind of like grinning and laughing to herself. And then the weird thing is, her friend is also there, just kind of standing, fully dressed and just watching us. And it's like, I know she's planning something, but it's not necessarily evil. It's not like they're doing something evil, but it's like they had a mission. Like they needed for me to just agree to do something for them. And it was like, I was helping them with something. And I guess I don't know if this was like their payment. They're like, they're gonna let me have sex with them, or at least with one of them, so that they had to, so that I would help them with this thing. It was something important to them. I don't even remember what it was. It was just a favor they needed. And all I remember is that the one girl that I was having sex with was just like grinning and laughing to herself. Almost like she tricked me, but again, it didn't feel like it was an evil thing. Like they just somehow, I guess she just used this like sexual thing as the favor to pay me back for whatever it was that they were gonna do. And then I just knew that once it was done, they were just gonna like leave. Like again, it wasn't evil, but it was just like this weird feeling of like they tricked me somehow.